Good. Coming up in episode 8. The boys head to Silverstone in the FD2. Shirtless Luke and a vacant Greg. Readers rides in having a dance. And the boys talk a hell of a lot of shit. Hit the bell and subscribe if you haven't already. And fucking enjoy episode fucking 8. So me and Greg on our way to Silverstone. It's approximately 6:05 in the morning. I'm going to pick up Elro, who's the guy who put down the remarkable lap time on episode 5, was it? Greg's forgot his helmet. So a few things we've forgotten, but apart from that, got all the equipment, everything's looking good. Silverstone's 2 hours, 15 minutes. It's dryish, pretty cloudy. Yeah, Greg's going to be have his first time driving in this car, in the FD2.
Right, driver out the pits. Big shit.
What's up, that chin boy? We're going to get him a bit of training, as you can obviously understand that we're splitting off the group. Simon's with Luke, unlucky Si. I'm with Greg, lucky Lance. And what Si doesn't know is we've also invited down a race car driver, professional. Give me some tips around Silverstone, because I've only been there once, and that was 10 years ago. So apart from that, we don't even know if this mic works, because Simon set all this up. And that's plumes for you.
That is big plumes.
That is big plumes for you. The day started quite slow, even though it wasn't raining the night before or on the day. When we arrived, it was really wet, really foggy, couldn't see anything.
Early start, up at 5, so ready to put down some fiery laps.
Meant to start at 9 o'clock for sighting laps, so we didn't start till about 10. But apart from that, yeah, so we tested the car straight away. I went out with Matt a few times. In the wet with those tyres was a bit front heavy. Every time you ditched it in, it just slid out really far and was quite hard to drive remotely quick. Once we kind of had a good few laps, and I think we did about 10-15 before lunch, it slowly started to dry, but was still a bit damp. But yeah, it went quite well. Brake gradually down to 4th, down to 3rd. In we go. Maintain power to keep the diff locked. See the exit curve. Run it out. Gave Greg the challenge of timing the laps. So I went out, hammered the car for 3-4 laps. Thought I put down, quite a good time. Then I come in and Greg walks over from the pit lane, really sheepish. And I get out and he goes, one of them was a 2 minutes 50. And I was like, what about the rest, Greg?
I think Lance got really confident and I think he thought he was going to be fast. But when I was looking at the times, he was slower than me, so I had to pretend like I didn't know what I was doing on the timer. But
yeah, we've seen some footage. Greg was interesting, yeah.
Greg, when I got in with him, he had his hands, at whatever, that's like what, 9 and 3? Is that 9 and 3? And then when he goes around a bend, he just starts doing this. Keep taking your hands off the steering wheel, so keep them in the same place. Always there, thumbs in there. And run it out nice and smooth. Just work on being smooth. And listen, keep your hands there, bro. Look at your hands. No, like that. Like that. Yeah, and flat out.
It was just great. Can't hold the steering wheel.
Keep your hands in the same place on the steering wheel. Okay. Not like that, like that. Yeah, that's it.
Can't drive a car. Can't stay on the track.
So when I had Matt's tuition, it was really calm and composed. I always had the information well in advance, so I felt comfortable and knew what I was doing. And then when Lance comes on over, he's like, oh, I'll give you tuition.
Remember, give me the tuition before it needs to happen.
100%.
Not at the time it needs to happen.
Me.
And he was pushing me pretty hard.
Change gear, that's it. Flat, 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 flat. Hey, chuck.
And then when we got to that one bend, I've just gone in way too fast. I've just spun it out. But that's what you get when you're putting down fiery laps.
That's through there. It's alright, That's alright. Good. Whoa. It's okay, stop. No, it's okay. That's okay. Right, first gear.
I got cramp in my foot halfway around.
That's alright, that's okay.
You're going to spin out if you're pushing it as hard as I'm pushing it, that's all I'm saying.
He drives a Focus. He doesn't know anything about cars. He thinks that it's all about what he can do on a racing simulator at Lance's house when he's meant to be working.
He's going to get smoked. If he was there at Silverstone, he would have done a 4 something.
Oh yeah, I had a busy day making music for Smokehoes. No, mate. You're playing on a race simulator in an F1 car. It's not real. I'm not at all concerned.
Blibby blobby, Mr. Slow.
I'll be surprised if he remembers to turn up on the day. He's very lackadaisical. He doesn't know how to time laps, can't use the stopwatch, because he just hasn't got the common sense.
Third gear, keep flat. Gear wide, turn in, keep flat, keep flat, keep flat.
I'm confident in my driving skills, I'm confident in my abilities, and I'm confident that Greg's a complete failure of a man.
So, first half of the day, we just finished for lunch. First half's gone really well, it's drying up nicely. The car drives really well, quite impressed on the 808 tyre.
808Rs?
808Rs. All the boys have had a little go. Elro's been in the passenger seat. What do you think, Elro?
She glides.
She glides tidy.
Glides tidy.
Greg, you drove it with some tuition from Matt.
She did glide tidy.
Right on the power. Good man.
Yes, Greg!
And what do you think of the car, mate?
I like the car. I think it's good.
Compared to the
got
Golf,
good diff,
what do you think
good chassis. Golf's gonna struggle. I think once you put a bit of money into this, it will be in a slightly different league.
Well, we're going to continue for the second half of the day, which we'll show you later on. Now over to Reader's Rise. Do you want to sing it in, Greg?
Reader's Rise.
There you go. So, welcome back to another episode of Reader's Rides. We've got a special guest on with us today under the name of Ryan Davies. Let's bring him on. Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you.
So where are you from, Ryan?
Penarth.
Penarth. What's it like down there?
It's all right. Nice view on the coast.
Nice view, coastal. So have you been following the Smokehoes build on the Golf?
Yes. I'm not a golf fan myself.
Not a fan of golfs, are you?
No.
Can
A bit
agree with you.
heavy.
Bit heavy, yeah. Chassis are a bit clunky.
Yeah.
You a big track man?
Do a bit. A couple of Nürburgring trips.
So what do you prefer, bikes or cars?
Cars, because you can't eat on a bike. So, yeah, that don't help.
So, obviously you've got a car underneath this sheet. What's your car collection so far? You had any big?
Started off a couple of Rovers.
What ones?
Rover 25, two of them. Rover 75, I had a Clio, and then I had an EP3 Type R.
Nice.
This,
Yeah.
and my other car.
So what's your other car?
It's a E46 M3.
Ooh, nice. What's the plans with that? You're going to take that on track, is it? And
Not going to track it.
not going to track it?
This car's better on track, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, I'm quite excited to see the car. If it's better on track than an E46 M3, she's got to be an
Standard
absolute-
E46 M3.
Standard E46 M3. Then it's got to be a pretty special little purrer. Round of applause, guys. Let's unveil the car. Woo! Like that, like that. Oh yeah, she's nice. I like that. I like that. So, what are we looking at, right?
It's a Seat Leon Cupra,
Nice.
280,
280.
DSG.
What's the 280 stand for?
It's the standard brake horsepower.
Right. Okay. And is it standard?
No, it's not standard. It's got big intercooler on it, exhaust system. It's got big brakes on it. It's 380 brake at the moment.
Okay. So you ever been to the ring?
Once in this,
Right.
the brakes are crap.
How long do they last?
2 laps of the GP circuit. I come back from 2 laps of the GP circuit and then
Yeah.
to some German bikers telling me the brakes are on fire, which
God.
they were actually.
Well, we've actually got
Flame.
there was a story of when we went to the ring,
Yeah.
and you took the you had a you forgot about that, the Mini Cooper, the race car.
Cooper S,
Yeah, I took it to the ring and it blew up in France, was it?
It didn't get to the ring,
Didn't get to the ring, and then
No.
you had a rental car,
Twingo.
Twingo, which we took round the ring.
Yes.
Keep that to ourselves, and also we put in a house. Is that correct? Is that the car?
Oh, yeah.
We did put it in a house.
I had to cut the scratches out in the morning with toothpaste to give it back to the rental company.
So me and Simon are there next year. Who do you think's going to be faster down there next year?
Out of you and Si? You, I think.
There you go.
Just
Round of
because of the
applause for that,
bollocks.
guys, if we could. Round of applause. Now, do you remember this gypsy man? I don't know, I can't remember his name. This gypsy chap here on the right next to Michael Jackson?
Yeah, it's Connor, isn't it?
Now, we have footage of you fighting this man on the side of the road.
Ah, for fuck's sake. So, Connor did MMA and I did a little bit, and ages ago. So he challenged me. So then he took me down, but I got him in a guillotine there. So that's it, I think I beat him.
Bam, bam, can't use the rights to the song, doing it with my mouth. You've been given an opportunity to go around the Dragon Trail circuit in the RSR GT3 RS. You ever been on a simulator?
I had a little go at Drew's 6 months ago, but nah, I don't play games.
Okay, so let's get over to the lap with Michael van Aersenberg.
Okay, dry track, car looking dry as well, and away he goes, over the line. Ryan shaped like a strong boulder, bouldering through the track. Coming through here, tight jeans on man in the back smoking fag. Up to the first S here. Fair play, dancing straight through, driving it like it's stolen. There it comes. Past the Lorini sign. Lorini, big sponsors, big sign. And off there. That's tight. That's seriously tight. And up the hill, straight past Lorini. Past Lorini. Couple of Lorini signs up on the right as well. The crowd buzzing. On the grass, touching the soft stuff. Popping it back round, straight down and up at the hill. Coming up here, past Perella. Down the hill now, straight towards the boat. Very nice conditions here to be on a fake circuit in a fake simulator game. Round the corner, up by the boat, 200, 150, 100. Need the brakes? Not today. Flat out there, through the S's, that's done quite well. Past the church on the right. Oh, it's lost, got a bit of air there, flat up. Car sounds like it's made of funk. Here we go. And he's coming straight down to the last 150, 100, 50. Round the bend. And here we come. Straight past the next Lorini sign. Coming towards the line here, this looks very fast. This could be an absolute winner. Who knows? Maybe it is. And across the line.
Thank you.
So, how do you think you did?
Did alright?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Did it feel faster than you?
pretty consistent, I think.
Well, I think it looked really good. Looked fast, looked really smooth.
Thank you.
You can tell you've had experience behind the wheel.
Keep it
So, do you
pinned.
think you've beaten Penno?
Yeah, I'll
Do
be
you-
up there, mate. Number
Yeah?
one. Yeah, I reckon I'll hopefully be in the 130s.
130s?
Yeah.
You did it in 141.07. Round of applause, guys. It's amazing. Well done, mate.
So I'll be in the 140s, mate.
That's epic. Well done, Ryan. That's
Thanks,
good.
mate.
Very good. Oh. So, if you had more time, how do you think you would do? Do you reckon you'd be able to beat that by much more?
Could do a 138, I reckon.
Yeah?
Few more laps, yeah.
Anyone you'd like to call out to do this? To beat you?
I think Mark Cheshire
Mark Cheshire.
with
Where is he? He's by there, yeah.
yeah, I think he'd be a good challenger.
So, any final words for the people watching?
Just keep it pinned,
Anything else?
keep it flat.
Keep it flat.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks for coming on, Ryan. It's been a pleasure. Hope to see Mark on here and a few of the other Just Sweet boys. Actually, before we finish, what is Just Sweet?
Just Sweet. It's a group of lads. We're all on Instagram. Just Sweet_SH. And we go do track days and dick about in cars, basically. It's great. Have a
Unbelievable.
laugh.
Well, thanks for coming on, Ryan. It's been a pleasure.
It's Reader's Rise.
What a ride. Good boy, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So Matt went out and because I gave him a few laps in it, and he took a few people out. He took Elro out, and Elro came back like he'd also been through a world war, but he really enjoyed it. I think Matt went down and so we put the race chrono on. Matt did a 2:45. And then when I went out with Ben later on in the session, we did a 246-ish. I'd have no idea you could go on faster in that car. Yeah, I was quite impressed with the time at the end of the day and looking to improve it once we do a few modifications in the coming weeks. My confidence level now is really, really high. After the feedback I got from Matt and after what I experienced with it, the car's awesome. So well balanced for what you think. You look at it and wouldn't think it is, but it's super well balanced. And I think once I start to improve and upgrade a few areas on the car, it's just going to be awesome. Big plumes, big sigh. He's got his work cut out for him because 2 different cars, and that car's just ready to go instantly anyway.
Can't wait to go, to get out and just be doing some laps, following Lance, seeing him in my rear view mirror. Sort of scrapped the idea of running 300, 350 horsepower, and I've just gone, big power. She's going to be running about 550 horse, so we're just going to go balls to the wall. Try and make it up on the straights.
The Nürburgring's not as tight and off-weighty. It's going to be easier and it's going to flow around there a lot easier. So, yeah, I'm really confident. Oh, the fucking thing's not on.
Oh no!